And I'm Melanie Shoebrooks. Weather tops our agenda this evening as we take wraps off a Region 10 exclusive that can save your life in the event of severe storms or tornadoes. Brian Grinroot is just outside the studio where the dedication of Doppler 10 radar is about to take place.
Brian, this is quite a day for us, and especially for every one of our viewers in Region 10, right?
Well, John, you knew it had to be a big event to get all these local dignitaries out here, but this is a great day for Region 10 News. Of course, the biggest dignitary, the man who's been bouncing off the walls all day today. Chief Forecast, that's right, Tom Pearson. Just tell us what this means.
It's almost beyond words. And again, I've been thinking all day, what am I going to say when I have this time? And I still don't know exactly what I'm going to say. It's almost like an acceptance speech or something. All I can say is it's a very exciting time in all of Region 10, certainly in the weather department here. The folks in Region 10 will see weather, especially storms, like they have never seen it anywhere before in this area, and never like they've seen it as they will see it with our new Doppler radar. And of course we'll have more details on that, take you a tour of the station and to some extent a tour of the actual radar coming up a little bit later on in the show as well, so stick around for that.
I'm just glad you didn't thank the Academy. We're going to send Tom back there because he is going to christen Doppler 10 in just a second, so going back there. Sales manager at KTVE, Johnny Lewis, just what did it take to get this here?
Well, I've got to tell you, it was a tremendous effort on everybody's part. It's one that we took the challenge. We've got it here. With these gentlemen that are standing to my left, it took their efforts, our efforts as well. We are extremely excited about it being here. We look forward to having it here for a long, long time. And I can't tell you what it means to the people of Region 10.
Good deal. Well, let's talk about that with Tom Malmay, who, of course, is Civil Defense Director for Washita Parish. This has got to help, everybody out.
Yes, it does. There are two tools we have in severe weather. There's the pre-planning with families in the response community, and then there's public warning, and this certainly enhances our public warning capability. As you stated earlier, we're going to see information that I don't think that we've been able to see before, low-level circulations and so forth.
All right, let's move along here. We've got El Dorado Mayor Mike Dumas, who I don't know if you guys sometimes feel up there, maybe in north of El Dorado, kind of left out, but this covers the whole area.
It does, and we're right on the fringes of the Little Rock radar, on the fringes of the Freeport radar. Now we're going to be in the center of the radar, so we're excited. We'll be able to see the storms and not depend on Freeport and Little Rock. You can't quite see us, but to be able to Region 10, to be able to see the storms as they develop and sit down on Region 10 and watch them right there on the screen move across us. We're excited about it.
Good deal. Well, of course, it's centered right here in Monroe, and Monroe Mayor Abe Pierce. What do you think, sir?
Well, we're just thrilled to have KTVE bring this additional technology into the area, and I think the people of Monroe will benefit as a result of it. We're just proud to be here.
Well, another gentleman who's bouncing off the walls today is new grandfather and West Monroe Mayor Dave Norris.
I thought we were here to talk about my grandson.
I hear he's a
what are we talking about radar for? This is a great improvement, and I commend Channel 10. You're always there first with that crawler telling about the weather. That really makes a lot of difference. And keep up the good work.
Okay, good deal. And Tom Holtzclaw, last but not least, Washita Parish Police Jury President. What do you think, sir?
Oh, I'm excited about this. This is great. I remember about 3 years ago when I came through these facilities with the Leadership Watchdog class. At that point, they were talking about the possibilities of having Doppler radar. And it's exciting to see that fruition coming about and us standing in front of this Doppler radar now. We're excited about it.
Okay, well, speaking of standing in front of it, Tom Pearson is right next to it. Let's throw to him for the christening. Tom?
All right, here we are. We're at the dedication ceremony, and we've got the old bottle of champagne. Once again, no true words of wisdom here, but I do want to dedicate this Doppler radar now to all the viewers and all the people that reside within Region 10, and hopefully some of the best storm coverage that we'll have, and hopefully it will save lives and protect property as well. So for all the folks in Region 10, let's dedicate Doppler 10 right now.
Hey!
All right!
Well, that was pretty good, Tom.
All right, let's go back to Melanie and John in the studio.
That worked out even better. I think we can.
That was fantastic. We're so excited. That's fantastic.
All right, Tom, we'll see you back here on your tour.
Doppler 10 is all about.
So Tom's going to take us on a tour, and we're going to start right behind us in the Weather Center. So, Tom, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Melanie and John. Again, a very exciting day in Region 10, certainly at the KTVE Studios Monroe in the Weather Department. Again, you don't often see this angle of the weather office. You maybe see it through the window behind me, but we also have meteorologist Gary Chatelaine running some of the controls here for the weather computer for me when we go outside, and he'll be running the old computer there. We got meteorologist Tim Erickson, our weekend meteorologist as well, kind of holding down the fort and helping me out, too, for this very special day in Region 10, dedicating the Doppler weather radar for all of Region 10. And again, we do have one computer in here. This is the actual computer that will control the radar. This is a monitor, one of the displays that will actually be able to see the data. This is what you folks at home will be able to see as well, where you happen to be on the widest range right now, which happens to be about 300 miles. But certainly it's an extremely versatile machine. We can zoom in a little bit closer. We can go into 150 miles. We can go to 75 miles, 40 miles, even in as close as 20 miles. On this kind of a bittersweet day as far as weather goes. It's a beautiful day to be outside and dedicating Doppler radar, but well, there are no storms really to speak of. A couple of light showers here and there across the area. You may be able to see those right now up around Pine Bluff as the actual sweep comes around. Again, this is a Doppler radar, so not only can it locate where the precipitation is falling and what the intensity is or how hard it's raining or hailing, but the most important thing is it's a Doppler weather radar, and in very simplest terms, it can actually measure the speed of the raindrops or the hail moving towards or away from the actual radar. And this, in turn, we can maybe infer circulations for the possible formation of tornadoes. We may also give you an idea of how strong a particular wind gust will be out of a particular thunderstorm. So again, this is exclusive to Channel 10, KTVE NBC. You won't see this anywhere else on local TV. You won't see it on the Weather Channel. You won't see it on CNN. You won't even see it if you log on and get some kind of weather data on your internet. That's all old data, as much as 6-7 minutes old or more. This is real time. You see the sweep going by. That's the actual antenna scanning the skies with 250,000 watts of power, and it sends out pulses of electromagnetic energy, thousands of pulses every second, hundreds to about 1,000 of pulse every second. And again, with that, can detect some of the showers and thunderstorms that are out there. In fact, maybe even looks like a little storm firing up just to the west of Monroe. So we'll zoom in. The sweep probably won't have time to come around and see this, but maybe we can come back to this a little bit later on. We'll get Tim or Gary to do that. But anyway, this is the computer that actually controls it. This is where we'll be monitoring the storms during severe weather. But some of the other neat stuff is outside, and we're going to take you outside right now. So we're going to leave the weather office, and we're going to head out here towards the studio. And here to the left is the what we call the chroma key wall, the blue wall, that you would normally see me do the weather on. Of course, you maybe saw the dedication of our new studio a couple of years ago. So, of course, there's John and Melanie. There's the weather office back behind there. So we'll head outside here, and we'll show you the actual radar. All right, again, this is just in the backyard of the KTVE studios in Monroe, sitting on top of a 75-foot tower. Up on the top there, the big ball is actually a fiberglass piece of equipment. It's called a radome, and that's 12 feet in diameter, believe it or not. By the time it gets on top of the 75-foot tower, it maybe looks a little bit smaller. Inside of that radome is an antenna. And just a dish. It doesn't look maybe too unlike a dish that you might have, a satellite dish, but again, it transmits and receives radar power. And again, this is electromagnetic energy, 250,000 watts of power that's focused into a very narrow beam, and that energy goes out when it contacts a thunderstorm or a rain cloud. Then that energy is, again, in simplistic terms, reflected back. The receiver receives it, if you will, and then you'll be able to see it on your TV again in real time. This is exclusive to Channel 10. Nobody else has Doppler radar, and really nobody has weather radar with this much power anywhere within 100 miles of the Monroe area. So again, you will only see that right here on Channel 10. So again, a very exciting day, and again, hopefully we'll be able to save lives anywhere in the Region 10 viewing area. So that's Doppler 10 in a nutshell. And let's take a look at the current conditions in the Twin Cities. A couple of years, and finally, with a lot of hard work and a lot of people working together, a lot of teamwork, all came together to benefit our viewers.
Absolutely. And you're going to show us visible evidence how it's going to do it.
Just as we were going on air at 6 o'clock, a little thunder shower, a little shower popped up over by Calhoun. Now, this is the way it looked at 7:30 on the conventional radar. This is what we've shown you in the past. Now, keep an eye on that little blip there in Ouachita Parish, which is right over the M there in Monroe. Now, that's how the National Weather Service radars from Shreveport and Jackson see that storm. Their radar beams are about 15,000 feet above the sky in the Monroe area, so that little shower looks like, it's no big deal, just a little bit of light rain. But if you happen to live under that thing, this is what it looked like on Doppler 10 and live action at about 7:30. Now, we've zoomed in a little bit here. This is Ouachita Parish, and it looks like it's just to the northeast of Bosco. And again, this was about 7:30 this evening. It's a very small storm, didn't have a very tall top on it, But again, it was probably really pouring if you happen to be under that particular cell. So that's just one of the things that Doppler 10 can do for you. All right, here's a look at the current conditions. That is, of course, where the radar is located. The sweep scanning around. Again, 250,000 watts of power. This is an exclusive radar. You won't find it anywhere else, and we have complete control of this particular radar. And again, you'll probably see this map more than just about any of the other ones that we show you. But
and with a great selection of specialty merchandise.